Hey everyone, I'm Tara. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a yoga for osteoporosis practice for you. I know I've had a lot of views on my other two yoga for osteoporosis videos, and I haven't released anything in a while for osteoporosis, so I wanted to make this for you guys so you have a new yoga practice with hopefully a little bit better quality from my last video. So yeah, I also learned a new way to transition on and off the floor with osteoporosis that might be better for some of you than the way I teach in my other classes, because the way I do teach it in the other classes, you do need to have a decent amount of knee mobility to get on and off the floor that way, keeping the spine straight, so maybe you'll like this way better. Just know that this way of getting up and down that I'm going to show you does require a decent amount of leg strength, and it requires good balance, okay? So if you struggle with either of those things, then there are ways that you can get up and down using props to make this easier for you, but I'm not going to go over that today because I don't want to make this video super long. I want to get you right into the yoga flow as well, but I just wanted to let you know. You are going to need a strap for today's class, so if you have a stretching strap, bring that over. You could also use a dog leash or like a long belt will work as well. So bring that over. That's going to be for a stretch at the end. And then we'll start in standing so I could teach you that transition down to the floor, and we'll get right into our practice. Okay, so the other way I taught you to get down to the ground was to squat down, keeping your spine nice and straight, come into kneeling, and then you could sit back into easy pose, right? That works, but if you don't have the knee mobility to do that, that could be a little bit challenging. So what you could do is you're gonna place your strongest leg in front. The hands are gonna go on your thigh. Your back foot is gonna squat down into kneeling, okay? So you kept your spine straight. You bring this foot back so you're in kneeling on both knees now, and then you're gonna hip hinge, keeping your spine nice and straight. You hip hinge as you place your hands on the ground. Then you can sit onto your side, lay down onto your side, and then roll over onto your back. Okay. Once you're on your back, go ahead and bend your knees, planting both feet on the ground, hands on the belly, and we're just going to take a few deep breaths, doing some diaphragmatic breathing to tune into our practice, to bring ourselves into the present moment. So go ahead and take a nice deep inhale, fill the belly with air. Exhale the air out. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Nice deep inhale, belly fills with air. And exhale, the belly falls. Come back to your comfortable pace of breathing. Place the hands down at your sides, and we're just going to move on and off through some bridges. So you're going to press into the heels, lift the hips up, and then you lower yourself back down. Okay, inhale to prepare. As you exhale, lift the hips up. Keep the knees in line with your ankles. Inhale, lower. Upper body's relaxed. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Hold your bridge and breathe. Allow the breath to flow in and out, finding that stability here. And then relax yourself down. We're going to do 5 more lifts here. You could do the same thing we just did, keeping the hands at your sides, or we're going to flow with the arms reaching overhead. Okay? Your choice. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, press into the heels, lift the hips, maybe reach the arms overhead. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 3 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Relaxing down. Come back to your comfortable breath. Letting the low back muscles relax, the glutes relax. And then I'm going to show you how you can get up from the floor while keeping your spine straight. So from here on your back, you're gonna turn onto your side. Okay. Use your hands to walk yourself back up into that side sitting position. And then go ahead and move to all fours, so you're on your hands and knees. Keeping your spine straight, go ahead and come up to that high kneeling, so you're kneeling on both knees, okay? Step your strong leg forward, okay? So you're in that lunge position. From here, you would then use the strength in your leg to get up to standing. Right now, we're just gonna do a little stretch in our lunge. So you could stay in this high lunge here, working to keep the spine nice and straight, and just breathe, okay? That's gonna work on stretching the hip a little bit. It works on your stability. If you want to just shimmy your foot further forward and then lean into your lunge a little deeper, you could do that as well. So you could place your hands on your thigh, sitting up nice and tall, and breathing into your low lunge. If kneeling's really uncomfortable for you, then you could just skip these two stretches. 2 more breaths. If you shimmied the leg forward, just shimmy it back a little bit. Bring the right leg back so you're in kneeling. Step left foot forward. So maybe you stay in the lunge position like this, sitting up nice and tall and breathing here. Okay? Maybe you shimmy the left foot forward a little bit and then you let the hips sink a little more into your low lunge. Hands on left thigh, sit up nice and tall and breathe here. Okay, if you had the foot forward, shimmy it back a little bit. Bring the left leg back so you're in kneeling on both sides. Step your strong leg forward, okay? And then you're gonna place your hands on the thigh, press yourself up into standing. Come to the top of the mat, feet hip width apart, hands in prayer, and you're gonna sit back into a chair pose but with the feet wide, okay? So you're sitting back like you're sitting in a chair. Your weight's in your heels. Your spine is nice and straight. Breathe. Breath is steady. Feel those leg muscles working. Come up to standing. You could do that again there, or you could bring the feet together and do chair pose this way. So feet together or hip width apart, hands in prayer, sit the hips back like you're sitting in a chair. Your spine is nice and straight here. The weight is in your heels. Breathe. And then option to reach the arms up by your ears. 2 more breaths here. If the arms are up, bring the hands back to prayer. Press up through the heels, come back up to standing. Step your left foot back, and you're gonna heel toe that back foot back. The back toes are pointing toward the outside edge of your mat. Bend into the right knee, arms reach up, warrior 2. Keep the right knee in line with your ankle. Keep pulling the right knee toward the back of the mat. Breathe. And then straighten through the right knee. Pivot the right toes so they're facing the side of your mat. Pivot the left toes so they're facing the back of your mat. Bend into the left knee, warrior 2 on the left. Breathe here. Growing tall through the spine. Working your leg muscles. 2 more breaths. Straighten through the left knee. Pivot the left toes so they're pointing toward the side of your mat. Heel toe your feet in a little closer. Slight bend in the knees. Reach the arms up into like this star-like position. Breathe here, grounding through the feet, reaching through the fingertips. Drop the hands down into cactus arms, goalpost arms. Breathe. Release the hands down. Heel toe the feet in closer together. And then we're going to make our way back down to the ground. So again, strong leg in front, hand on thigh, drop down to the knee. You bring this foot back so you're in kneeling on both knees now. Pause here. Knees are hip width apart. You want to be up, nice and tall. You're going to bring your hands to your lower back, squeeze your elbows back and your shoulder blades together. You could stay here, or if you want to take a little back bend, you're going to drive your hips forward, start to bend back just a little bit, opening through the chest into camel pose. 2 more breaths. Come back up if you were leaning back, okay? And then hip hinge, keeping the spine nice and straight. Hands come down and you're on all fours. So keep a slight bend in your elbows, wrists are under your shoulders, knees under hips, okay? Reach your left arm out in front. Breathe here. Keep the torso facing down so you're not twisting. Slight bend in right elbow. Feel the core muscles kick on. Left arm comes down, right arm reaches, slight bend in left elbow. Breathe. Always keep the breath flowing. Right arm down. See if you could reach the left leg back. Keep your toes pointing down toward the ground. Keep your spine nice and straight. Breathe here. Left leg comes down. Right leg reaches back. Toes pointing down, using that right glute. Breathe. Right leg comes down. And now we're going to try opposite arm, opposite leg reach. If that's too much, then just stick with reaching either the arm or the leg on its own, okay? If you want to try it, keep that slight bend in the right elbow, left arm reaches out, and then see if you could reach the right leg back. Keep the spine nice and straight, right toes pointing down, navel pulls up and in toward the spine, breath is steady. 1 more breath. Drop arm and leg down. And we'll switch sides. Slight bend in left elbow, right arm reaches first, then the left leg reaches back, toes pointing down, belly button pulls up and in toward the spine is straight, the breath is steady. Breathe, 1 more breath. Drop the hand and the leg down, and then walk yourself forward, lowering down onto your belly. And we're going to move into low cobra. So your hands are under your shoulders. Squeeze the elbows in. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift the chest up. Gaze is at the ground. And you could lift your hands up and you would still stay in the same position. Your neck is in neutral. 2 more breaths. Lower body stays relaxed. And then relax down. 1 hand on top of the other. Rest the forehead on the hands. Let everything relax for a moment. Let the abs relax, the lower body relaxes. And then prop up onto the elbows for Sphinx pose. Pressing through the elbows, drawing the shoulders down, palms are facing down, gaze is forward. 3 breaths. Lower body stays relaxed. Okay. Relax yourself down, 1 hand on top of the other. Rest the forehead down on your hands. And then go ahead and roll onto your side and roll all the way over onto your back. Have your strap nearby. So first stretch, keep the left foot planted on the ground. Cross your right ankle on top of the left thigh. And you're in this figure 4 position. Think about pressing the right knee toward the back of the mat, okay? And just a couple breaths here. One more breath. Okay, so go ahead and grab your strap. We're going to do our hamstring stretch. So your upper body, your head stays on the ground. Hook the strap around your right foot. Straighten your right knee out so the foot goes up toward the sky. Drop the left leg down and you're going to be in your hamstring stretch here, okay? So some things to think about. Make sure the upper body and the head are relaxed on the ground. You also want to make sure the right knee is straight. So if you have tight hamstrings, this might be your hamstring stretch. That might be as far as you need to go. If you have more flexibility in the hamstrings, maybe the leg pulls in further. The important thing is that the knee stays straight and that your arms are doing the work to pull the leg in toward you. Keep the breath steady and at a comfortable pace. And then go ahead and bend the right knee, unhook the strap, place the right foot on the ground, and then cross your left ankle on top of the right thigh so you're in this figure 4 position now on the other side. Pressing the left knee toward the back of the mat, and just breathe here. Three more breaths. Okay, then take your strap and keeping your upper body and head on the ground, just hook the strap around your left foot. Straighten the left knee out, bringing the foot toward the sky. Okay, and then relax the right leg down and you're in your hamstring stretch on the other side. Again, making sure the upper back and head stay relaxed on the ground and you're keeping the left knee straight, so maybe your hamstring stretch looks like this, okay? Or maybe you're able to pull the leg in further. We'll take a few breaths here, so keep the breath steady and at a comfortable pace. And just stretching out our left hamstring. And then bend the left leg, unhook the strap, place the left foot on the ground, bend the right knee in so both feet are planted on the ground. And then from here, go ahead and straighten the legs out, relaxing into Shavasana. You could always place pillows under your knees if that feels better for you. Relax your hands on the ground, palms facing up. Tuck your shoulders under and relax back down to open through the chest and just let everything go here. Closing your eyes, coming back to a comfortable pace of breathing. Allowing the practice to integrate. And really just letting everything go. Allowing all your muscles to relax. Particularly making sure you let go of the muscles of the face, so letting the jaw relax, the eyes, the forehead. And the breath is flowing in and out at your own pace. Just letting go here. You could start to bring your awareness back to your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. Slowly bend your knees in, planting your feet on the ground. Reach your arms overhead, extend through the fingertips. And then roll onto one side, keeping your bottom arm straight out so you can rest your head on the arm. And then use your hands to walk yourself back up into that side sit position. And then sitting into easy pose, a cross leg position. Making sure you're keeping the spine nice and straight. Hands in prayer. We'll close with a breath here together. A nice deep inhale. Exhale it out. Come back to your comfortable breath. Release your hands down, and when you're ready, blink your eyes back open to the world around you. To get up from this position, you would just then move back into side sit and then go ahead and move to all fours. So you're on your hands and knees. Keeping your spine straight, go ahead and come up to that high kneeling so you're kneeling on both knees. Okay? step your strong leg forward, okay? So you're in that lunge position. And then you're gonna place your hands on the thigh, press yourself up into standing. But that's all for me for today. Thank you guys for practicing with me. Namaste.